Quite tiring playing the little one. It's the curved soprano sax. Sometimes confuses people. So it looks like it came out of a cracker, doesn't it? And they're normally straight. Curved soprano, baby sax. That's a tune called Shiro Sunset, Castle Sunset, Castle at Sunset. Welcome, willkommen, hola, yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Thanks for being here, and dedicate the whole little show tonight to all the health workers, the key workers, the NHS, the heroes who are looking after us at the moment. And as musicians, we're all a bit wondering what to do with us. Just help to take your minds off things, all the stuff that's going on. So, a few different things for you. That was this little baby sax. I'll get the big one out, the tenor sax. There he blows, and it's always a little bit strange. Sometimes I go out and do shows completely on my own because I choose to. It's needs must at the moment, but it's always a little bit strange not having your buddies with you. One time, I don't know, it must be 10 years ago now, but some of you will know the lovely Pizza Express Jazz Club in Dean Street. Well, they had this idea that they run by me for me to do a whole week. And so that's 6 nights, starting completely solo on the night one, building up. So that by the Saturday, I had a 9-piece band. Now, somewhere the maths has gone wrong. I'm a musician, I'm not so good at maths, but I think I certainly went solo, then duo, then trio, then quartet, then a 5-piece, and then maybe straight to the 9. I don't know. Anyway, I came up with a piece for the very first night called Dean Street Blues for solo tenor sax. Now, I meant to write myself a little crib for this, because I haven't played it for very long, but I got it. Okay. The Dean Street Blues. the Dean Street Blues. Oh, I had this terrible thing happen today. It's dangerous eating, isn't it? And I got a little bit of walnut shell stuck between two of my top teeth there. And it was little, but it felt, when it's in your teeth, it feels massive, doesn't it? I thought, oh no, I'm going to... First of all, I thought I cracked a tooth. Not good for a sax player. But, you know, there's so much danger in life. And a fair few years ago, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, I had a dental year from hell. And it was to do with, once again, food. And it all started with a raw carrot. Sat in Tokyo, eating a raw carrot late at night on a Saturday. Don't ask me why. And cracked that tooth there in half. Found an emergency dentist on the Sunday. Got me back set up for my gig on the Monday. And I thought, oh, I'm okay. I survived. But it didn't last. Come Easter, I bit, you know what's coming, I bit into a hard chocolate egg. Smash. It went again. And there followed 9 or 10 months of unbelievably expensive dentistry. But I'm all fixed. I'm a new man. I've got my Hollywood smile. They're all false. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know my secrets now. I'm going to introduce you to the Bansuri. This is an Indian bamboo flute. Beautiful instrument. So simple. Just stick a bamboo, a few holes in. And actually there's a Japan cross-reference there. I do spend a lot of time there. And I was having a meal one night in the Sendai in an Indian restaurant. And it was the end of the night, not many customers left. And I'd never played a Bansuri, but I'd been interested in it through the study of the shakuhachi and flutes in general. And in this restaurant, this was on a stand next to some flowers on the side as a decoration. And I said to the owner, "Can I have a go on your Bansuri, mate?" I'd had a few kingfishers. And he said, "Oh, it doesn't play. It's just for, decoration." And I said, "Well, can I have a little go anyway? See if I can get a note out of it." He said, "Oh, go ahead." So I got a couple of notes. They were pretty poor, but I was excited, And I said, "I'll give you $100 for it. If you is that any use to you?" And he said, "Do you know what? You can have it." And I was really, really touched at that. It's a beautiful gift, and it didn't really play at all, but I identified a crack. I don't know if you can see that there. And so, the wonders of YouTube. I taught myself to do this binding, and I fixed it up. And now it plays beautifully, and I really love it. So I had this idea a couple of years ago. It's fortunate. I'm here in my studio in North Lincolnshire, shed at the bottom of the garden, and up there's double doors which open out to the fields. And I was in here one day, and I had the recording stuff set up, and a big storm broke. So I immediately opened the doors and hung 2 microphones as near as I dare to the storm. I didn't want to get them wet, but and recorded a few minutes of the storm. And that went on the shelf, and I wondered what to do with it. But then I had the idea of combining the storm with the sound of the Bansuri. So called this piece Quiet Storm. Let's get the storm going. The storm's on the computer. Take these off. These are actually quite nice quality headphones, but if I show them to you, you can see that they haven't got any of the nice protective black material there anymore, and that's because in my previous studio, which was down in Buckingham, no disrespect to Buckingham, but the mice nibbled all the black stuff off. You didn't really need to know that, did you? And now this is totally new. I've never done this live streaming thing before, ever in all my life. And I've just remembered that you can talk to me, can't you? And so I've gone to my other page on my screen. And Kira, hi. Paul's out there. Joe, thank you. And big shout out to Ollie and Paul Gardner watching from the southeast. John Watson says beautiful. Thank you, John. And Chilijo 11, where are you from? Did I say your name right? Chilijo. Anyway, it's lovely to meet you all. It's an exciting feeling knowing that you guys are out there. And as I say, us musicians, we just want to do something that can maybe take you away from it all. It's such an unsettling, worrying, edgy, scary time, isn't it? And I think, everybody's talking about it all the time and concerned. We're worried about our family. Shout out to all the mums who can't be with their children, all the children who can't get to see their mothers. It's a lot of tragic situations, and even bigger shout out to anybody who's actually feeling unwell. And I just wondered, when things are like that, you breathe high, don't you? And you feel that so much tension. So I just wondered if I want you all to do this with me. We're just going to take a couple of deep breaths. So 3 in, hold for 3, 3 out, hold for 3. We'll do that just a couple of times. And first of all, let's just roll the shoulders and loosen off and release some of that tension in the upper body. Okay, so breathe with me. Hold, 2, 3, and out. Hold. Are you doing it with me? Come on. Okay, in again. Hold. And out. And hold. let it go. I needed that too. I hope you did it with me. I'll whip out the baby sax again, and it's a piece what I've played solo a couple of times. It's an Adagio, and the few times I've played it, I've always forgotten the composer's name. So now we've got these comments coming in. I'm sure somebody will tell me the composer. It's an Adagio. I'm pretty sure it's an Italian composer. And I may remember in the middle. I try to get lost in the music, but sometimes I have random thoughts. And one of those random thoughts may be, I know who wrote this piece. But anyway. It's in G minor, I'll tell you that much. Adagio in G minor. I snuck a quick look down at the comments, and yeah, of course it was Albinoni. Is he Italian? Maybe you can tell me that as well. A very beautiful piece. And let me see what else he's saying. Oh, Bill Cox is out there. Good boy. Danny Walker, North Yorkshire. Fantastic. Patrick asking about Big Colin. Jacob Smith is just down the road. All right, Cub. Good boy. John Reed. Hi to Connor and Nam. Oh, fantastic. Connor and Nam, I hope you're watching too. Martin Jeffrey. Letty, hello baby. Happy isolating. Oh, this is exciting. Oh, Karen Holmes. Oh, and the sax players amongst you. So now I've seen Karen is there. I know there's a few saxophonists. I'm going to do a bit of a sax clinic tomorrow at 2:00. Same setup, 2:00 Greenwich Mean Time. And I thought I'd do it on the theme of bending notes in vibrato. It's so important. You know, the thing that makes us individual as players well, there are many things, but it's not so much the notes that we choose, it's just what we do with them. We can bend them, we can use vibrato to warm up and make the sound more beautiful. So I thought I might start with those two techniques, which are linked anyway as a theme, and a bit of a demonstration, show you guys how you can practice getting better at those techniques, and then throw it open like, this is working, people are speaking to me from all around the world. It's brilliant. So we can have a bit of a question and answer, and I'll see if I can help out your practice, because of course you've all got, not all of you, some of you are doing essential important jobs, but a lot of us have got a little bit more time to practice at the moment, which that's a good thing. There are some good things, some good spin-offs from what is happening. Somebody from Maidstone, Dick, how you doing, mate? I saw somebody from Melbourne. I have no idea what time it is out there. Wakefield, the Wakefield Wobble, Swansea with me. Unbelievable. I played Melbourne a couple of times. It's a long way from here. I lost my jacket actually in Melbourne, so I can't find the Melbourne one, but you could have a look around for it. It was 20 years ago. I was in a bar and I had a beautiful black coat in the days when I had money to spend on clothes. And that's somebody in Melbourne is wearing my black coat. Any questions I need to answer? Let's have a look. And I'm really missing gigging, and maybe this, I'm just hoping this will be a way that I can still play for you and audiences can still hear me play, because I know a lot of you had bought tickets for shows which are obviously not happening, and hopefully they'll be rescheduled, but don't know when. So if this works, then let's do it often. I'm going to do another one at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, Greenwich Mean Time. And I want to thank my boy Joe, who's out there. He's been my glamorous technical assistant, and we've spent a long time with different interconnects and interfaces and different microphones and cameras, and because I'm not a control freak, but I want things to run smooth. And we did a trial earlier on today, and there were a few technical issues, but hopefully this is working. I mean, at least you can hear me, and I can see that you're out there, which is absolutely fantastic. So maybe another tune before we all go and get on with our lives, whatever we're doing. Perhaps you're listening with a cup of tea or a pint of beer or a glass of red wine. I'd like to know. Jackie's going to join me at 2 p.m. That's brilliant. Virginia from Newport. That's where I grew up. Sandhouse giving out a big up to Joe. There you go, mate. He appreciates that. And Robert and Linda are out there. Somebody from the Forest of Dean. Unbelievable. Thanks, David. Good to hear that you're out there. Somebody first request is for Going Home. I can't manage that today. That's some pieces you can work out how to do on your own. Some work pretty good. Some are absolutely impossible without the cavalry, without the musicians. And some, I think, that's a challenge. Maybe I could work out how to play Going Home on my own, but I'd need a bit of time. So if this works out and we keep going, noted. I shall write it on my list of things to attempt. Bill's listening from Spain. Are you stuck out there, mate? Oh, no, you're living out there, aren't you, Bill Cox? Sally's there from Driffield. David Stevenson's having a nice gin and tonic in Stoke-on-Trent. Julia's having a glass of wine in Maidstone. Oh, that sounds good. Ollie and Paul are having a pint of beer. Guys, it's good to... Oh, I can't see you, but I can sort of feel you out there, which is really brilliant. And Mary's Prayer, good idea. Very good idea. Yeah, I'll practice that one. And maybe I'll have a crack at Mary's Prayer tomorrow. Wow, so many of you out there. Graham from Google. Paul Phillips. Hiya, Paul. Chesterfield. Oh, this is fantastic. Jackie's after a growling clinic. The growl is that's another one of those techniques that, you know, as players, we try to keep an open throat and just let the air flow through, but just occasionally we want to mess the sound up and make it dirty. So instead of playing beautifully and smoothly, we'll do this growling technique. And so yeah, we'll do a bit of that sometime. I'll let you, Nirvana, are having a bottle of water in Tottenham that is good isolating, girls. And hopefully no ciggies. So, the theme from Jimmy's. No, it didn't go like that, does it? Okay, I played that one on flute, so maybe I'll get the flute out one night and do that for you. I love it, man. You asked me so many requests here, and it looks like I'm going to see some of you at 2:00 tomorrow afternoon for the sax clinic, and hopefully, tell your friends and anybody you think might enjoy it, and we'll have another little mini concert at 7:00 tomorrow. Internet and technology allowing. Still got my Joe with me. He's off school now and doesn't seem to be hurting him so far. So he'll be here offering me technical advice. Put that code in that box and then get that. Oh. But we did it, Joe. We made it work. Awesome. Rick Davis. Rick's a fellow saxophonist who also had very similar issues with his teeth, and so we were dental buddies. Well, we still are, mate, aren't we? Dental buddies for quite a while. Taxi, that's a good idea. Played that for many, many years. Kevin's asking, can you show us how to run down chromatically from a note and up to the next note? So that's something we can look at in one of the sax clinics. Otherwise, the non-sax players will just be hitting end. I don't want that to happen. I'd like to play another tune before I say good night to you for now. Julia Vine says, well done, Joe. Couldn't have done it without you, mate. Malcolm Burton's listening. He might be with me for the clinic, maybe, but he might be having to go to work also. So just tell me what you need, guys, and reach out to me, and I'll help you if I can. So Craig up in Foston-on-the-Wold, he threw me a big challenge. He said, could you play Night Train? So I did spend a few minutes trying to work out if I could play Night Train on my own, because that's a funky rhythm and blues thing with a rhythm section, giving it the old boom, 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 and the backbeat on the kit. So I thought, impossible, but I'll have a go. So I might have to stand up for this, which probably means that my head will get chopped off, but that's not my best feature anyway, so it doesn't matter, eh? So I'll have a go at Night Train on the tenor sax again. And thank you so much for being here. And you're all wonderful. And we'll do it again tomorrow at 2:00 for the saxophonists. And I'll come back and say goodbye to you before I go and have a look if there's anything, any essential questions I need to answer before I shut down. And something lively, Sally Indrafield is saying, cheeky monkey. I'll do my best. So Paul's saying thank you. Thank you, guys. Honestly, thanks. This is great. I really appreciate it. It's made things seem a little bit more real again. So yeah, I'll improvise for a bit. I'll make something up, and then I'll have a crack at Night Train, and then we'll say goodbye, and then see you before too long. Must try not to unplug anything. Get rid of this seat. Oh, I'm knackered now. When you play on your own, you don't get those little breaks while the keyboard player does his thing and the bass player has a little solo. You just full on all the time. Have to get in training for solo playing. I'm going to have a little look down at your comments before we say goodbye. Karen was digging Night Train. It's great, man. Lots of people saying thanks. So honestly, thank you to you as well. Alfie. Andrew Ford's liking the new sax. I had this last year, Andrew, but I just didn't want to take it on the plane, so that's why you didn't get to meet it. But Helen from down the road. This is great. And Ali Bamford, she's out there. Get blowing, Ali. You know, you got to do it. Get on with it. That's great. Lindsay's out there. Nige is out there. Big Nige. Nick Cook enjoyed the workshops. Jackie's having a cup of tea in Bolton. That's a great place to have a cup of tea. Oh. Lots of people are impressed by Joe's technical prowess. Robert's down in Devon. Yeah, we're missing Yeovil. Anyway, I'm going to get sad about missing gigs because tonight has worked. Well, I think it has. Thanks for being there, guys. And really, really, I've enjoyed your company and appreciate you being there. Spread the word, and I'll do a bit of practicing. We'll have a good workshop tomorrow afternoon, and then I'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully, if you're free. I mean, where are you going to go? Well, some of you will be working, I know. So thanks a million. And anybody's feeling a bit poorly or very poorly, I hope things go well, get better, rest up, do whatever you can. And all you people, your key workers who are looking after us, thank you. And thanks, guys. Bye-bye.